Hey, what's going on? It's Romeo. We made it to Monday. We're going to talk a little bit about females and if they have a shelf life or not. We got some fitness talk going on and, of course, catching a cheater. You ever done that? Let's get going. Let's talk about your first job, right? You remember your first job? What was it? RD4254-7-7. My first job was awesome, okay? Now, I worked for a guy who owned a video store back in the day when they sold videos, VHS tapes. And I worked for a guy who sold videos. He had a video store right next door. He had an ice cream parlor. So, and there was a hole cut in the wall so you can go between both. So he had an ice cream parlor, milkshakes, what do you have? Soft serve, chili dogs, just some nachos, things like that. Simple things like that you can do. And I worked at that was my first job. It was awesome. He was a great guy, very good man. And he hired me and another friend of mine. We were in high school. Yeah, we were in high school at the time. But yeah, it was great. That was actually the first time, by the way, I ever saw a porno. Because one night we were closing and my friend, just my friend, don't think anything into it, you sleaze bags. We were in high school together and she wanted to check out a porno. So as we were cleaning up, she put on a porno. It was kind of funny, actually. It never occurred to me, by the way, to watch one all the time that I had worked there. All right. You remember your first job? And we used to eat bubblegum ice cream. Oh, so good. So good. You guys know what I'm talking about. Already 4254-7-7. What was your first job? Your first job. Do you remember your first job? Do you remember how much you got paid? Good morning, Hot. What's going on?
Hey, what's up, Ron?
Hey, what up, man?
Yeah, man. Talking about those first jobs. My first job that I got paid from was actually cutting grapes, brother.
Cutting grapes?
Yeah, grapes, man. Cutting grapes.
Dude, that sounds like hard work.
It is hard work, but I wish all the kids now had to do that, bro, to show them the meaning. Because my kids so dang spoiled, they think everything's supposed to be given to them. In order for me to get school clothes, I had to get in the grape fields, bro. We're talking about back in the 70s.
Wow.
My best paying job was worked at a liquor store in L.A. at 16. And minimum wage was $1.75. And I got $5 an hour, bro.
How much did you get paid for picking grapes? You remember?
Oh my God, picking grapes was horrible, bro. You out there in the powdered dirt. You got to be there at 5:30 in the morning. But you get up early in the morning.
You don't remember what you got paid?
No, I don't remember what I got paid because my mom took the checks. And not just that, man. You know what I mean? I got the worst whoopings in the grape field. The worst whoopings ever, bro, with switches. My mom kept 3 switches braided together, and I got the worst whoopings. You better keep them trays going, keep your roll up. I'm stopping eating grapes, got stomachache, and I'm getting my textbook. So I hated that job.
Never say your mom made some wine with your ass when you got in trouble.
Oh my God, bro. But you know what though? It made me appreciate a good job. It made me appreciate things in life, man, because we was dirt poor, so I had to get in the fields, brother.
That's awesome, man. That's great. All right, man. Thanks for calling. I appreciate it.
All right, have a good morning, man.
All right. Your first job. Anybody remember it? What do you remember your first job as? And do you remember how much you got paid doing it? 842-547-7. Talking about that first job. Do you remember your first job? Do you remember your first paycheck? That's another thing. 842-547-7. Good morning, Hot. What's going on?
Hey, what's going on, Rome? Hey, this was one of my cousin's first job. She was working at Video Zone. I don't know if you remember it.
Yeah,
but
I remember
anyway,
Video Zone. Yeah.
So me and my brother, we don't look alike. So he would be on one end, and I'd say, "Oh, sir, did you leave this movie here, Slutty Professor?" Or I would tell him, "Oh, or this other one, Beefy Guys with Buns of Steel." She would get so embarrassed. She goes, "You guys get out of here. You guys going to get me fired."
That's pretty funny. That's awesome.
Later, brother.
All right, man. Later. Video stores were the best. RD42547 Hey, Rome, my first job was at Billy's Bamboo Chopsticks. It was a good place to work. A lot of older customers, so we always got tips. You know, I have spent, over the last 30 years in Bakersfield, I have spent so much time at Billy's at that bar that I feel like I work there, to be honest with you. In fact, I probably spent more time at that bar than I have in the studio. Imagine, Romeo, the innocent mind we had back then. Nowadays, a girl tells us, let's watch a porn. That's a straight hint. She's going to end up doing something else. Yeah, it was completely innocent. We were just, we were probably juniors. I think we were juniors in high school. I mean, we were in the same class. Maybe we were sophomores. I don't remember. But she wanted to check it out. To be honest with you, at the time, if I remember correctly, I was vacuuming because we were closing up the store. And I don't even think I was paying attention to what she was doing. She just said it, and I went and looked up and kept doing my job. But I was a very innocent person. I was a very innocent kid. Rome, my first job was picking oranges at the age of 14. Wow. How much did you make? Do you remember?
Good morning, Romeo.
Hey, what's up?
I remember my first job. My first job was in '93, and I worked for Olin Mills Photography. I was a live robocaller.
Wait, what?
I was a live robocaller. I did the telemarketing where we would call like customers, I guess they had already took pictures or gave referrals for their family to come take pictures or whatever. I did the cold calling.
In 93, what was that like doing that in 93 where people, because they had to answer the phone.
Yeah, everybody had a phone. Back then, I mean, a few people had cell phones, but on the list we weren't calling cell phones, but about the time when I worked there, so it had to be after school. So we're cold calling people during dinner or that. So you get the ladies after when they be like, hello. And you're like, hey, this is, Shelby calling with Olin Mills. And they'd be like, do you know what time it is? We just sat down for dinner.
Oh my gosh, that is so old. Olin Mills is so old.
Yes, and I was making like $4.25 an hour.
Did it ever work? Did you ever get people listening to your spiel?
Yeah, I mean, there's some diehard lovers back then of, they took their Olin Mill pictures and stuff,
Yeah.
So, you had people that were somewhat happy when called, like, what special do you have and things like that, but it was hard. I mean, you had a whole bunch of people that would cuss you out or hang up in your face or whatever.
That's insane. That's crazy. You know what's funny is there are kids today that will have no idea how important photo studios and pictures were back then. They were a big deal.
Yeah, especially back then you had like your first baby or first birthday or your engagement pictures. Everybody went to Olin Mills.
Yeah, that's so funny. We didn't go to Olin Mills. We were poor. We had to go to Sears.
Or JCPenney's.
Oh, JCPenney's. All right, thanks for calling. That's great. Thanks for calling. With everybody having a camera, with all of you walking around with a camera right now, you have no idea how important pictures were. These photo studios, you go to, like she said, Montgomery Ward's, JCPenney's, Glamour Shots. You guys don't even know what Glamour Shots are. Now they got filters on phones. That Glamour Shots was a filter, a place you go in the mall to get your pictures taken with filters before you had filters. Okay, that's what it was. All right. 842-547-7. What was your first job? Do you remember? Oh, Rome. I also got my checks taken from me, my first job. Oh, okay. Your first job, what was it? What'd you do? How much did you make? Do you remember? All right, 842-547-7. Hey, Rome, my first job was sophomore year when I lived in San Diego. Mom got me a job in the mailroom where she worked, making $10 an hour in 2005. I was balling. $10 an hour in 2005. Was that a lot of money? Yeah, was that a lot of money? $10 an hour, 2005. That was 20 years ago, 21 years ago. I'm trying to think now. I was doing this radio show 21 years ago. I can't even remember how much money I was making. That might have been what I was making an hour. Yeah, it might be, that might have been good. I don't know. Already 42547-7. Do you guys remember? You remember your first job? What kind of cash you were making? Right. What did you send me here about your first job? Already 42547-7. Rome, I was working at the Dollar Tree. My first job, my junior year of high school, making $8.25 an hour. My first big check went to go buy a PlayStation 3 for me and my little brother. That's pretty cool. That's cool. This was back in 2013. Wow. And so it's 420 today, right? All the potheads, all the stoners should be out celebrating. What time? How does that work, by the way? How do you guys celebrate? You know, on St. Patrick's Day, we all go out to the bar. We drink green beer. We look like idiots. On Cinco de Mayo, we go out and listen to mariachis and drink green beer and act like idiots. What do potheads do on 420? Is there a big celebration? Like, do we all meet somewhere? Or, I mean, like, how does that work? We all go to I don't know, do you guys just all go sit in the car and, do they do that anymore? Do you potheads do that anymore? Sit in the car and smoke out and hotbox your car? Is that still a thing? I mean, how do you celebrate? How did these guys celebrate, how do these guys celebrate 420? Is there like a festival going on somewhere today? Do you guys all meet up at the park? I mean, and play bongo drums? And how does that work? All right, 842-547-7. Hey, Rome, my first job in Vaco, I worked at the paint store in Brundage, making $6.46 an hour, getting $213 a week. Sometimes I even had $100 left by the next Friday. Those were the days. All right, 842-547-7. It's Pothead Day. All the stoners should be out. It's 420, right? How do you guys celebrate that, by the way? What exactly does that consist of? I'm trying to figure it out. How do you guys celebrate? 842-547-7. Rome, we can't tell you how to party. We can only show you. Well, what do you mean tell me? What, do you guys all go sit you and your buddies all go get in a four-door, four-door Civic and hotbox it? You guys go outside or do you guys all meet up somewhere? I mean, is there a festival going on? Is there something happening today? Like every other party celebration, we go somewhere. Go to a restaurant, go to a bar, where do you guys go? What do you do? I mean, do you start this early? Because St. Patrick's Day, there's people drinking at 6 a.m. Cinco de Mayo, we're having one at 6 a.m. Where do you guys start? Hey, good morning, Rome. My first non-tax job was telemarketing for Vacuum, and for a tax job was Sears Tuxedos back in the late 80s and early 90s in Pasadena. Wow. I remember Sears Tuxedo. All right, good morning, Hot. What can I do for you?
What's going on? Smartest man in Kern County.
What's up?
Okay, I wanted to ask you something. Maybe it could be a topic.
Okay, what's up?
Why do females settle for looks and a broke guy than a gentleman that's hard worker, and not a good-looking guy?
Because they're idiots, and until they get done dirty by like four hot dudes with no money, then they realize they got to go to the not so good looking dude with the career.
Exactly, and I know that, and you know that. But see, once you make it a topic, you'll find out all the other idiot results from that.
All right. Thanks for calling.
Take care. Bye.
Already 42547-7. Yeah, I mean, most women, you think you gotta shoot for the stars, right? When you're young, you're dumb, you got high hopes and dreams. Every man's gonna make $1 million a year and have a 6-pack ab and be the most romantic dude on the planet, right? I mean, you gotta wish for that, right? That's where you gotta start. You would think, like, when nobody says to themselves, you know what, I'm gonna start at the bottom. We're going to shoot for the top and then work our way down as our expectations change of what our reality is going to be. And so you can't blame most women for going out with a bunch of dumbasses for a little while. Those meatheads that care more about their pecs and their arms than they do about a woman taking care of her and being cool. The ones that drive their women's car around because they can't afford one because they got to buy protein. You know what I'm talking about? These idiots. these playboy types, these dumbasses who think they're so something, and that's the other thing. They can do that. And don't discredit these playboy types. They can do that because women allow them to do that. So you got to shoot for that. I mean, go out with one of them. Maybe he's the one, two of them. Maybe he's the one. But if you're settling for one and being treated like crap as a woman, yeah, you're an idiot. Because, like I said, your expectations have to change based on your reality. And the reality is most women do this, most women find themselves that, these playboy, meathead, good-looking, six-pack ab types, they're insecure and too into themselves to really treat a woman like she needs to be treated or like she should be treated. And usually most women, though, after 3 or 4 of those guys will decide, you know what, let me go find a good guy who's actually going to love and respect me instead of take advantage of me, and take me for granted, right? It's pretty much how it breaks down, but you're right. There's some women still are holding out the dream, but also women understand, this is the other thing women need to understand, is you have a shelf life. You really do. And I know you can think I'm wrong, but no, you have a shelf life, okay? There's always somebody hotter and younger coming up right behind you. So you have a shelf life where you need to make a decision to either settle down or, keep trying, keep living that lifestyle. And then you're the old woman at the club that everybody's making fun of because you're trying to stay relevant. So yeah, most women, they'll figure it out. After a couple bad relationships with these good-looking dumbasses, they figure out that there's a guy out there who wants to treat them with respect, love them, and they can pretty much have a nice life. RD4254-7-7. This topic reminds me about that Chris Rock stand-up that it's all about sex and he doesn't care about spending all his money or losing it in a divorce. With a man, it's all about looks. That's why you have rich dudes in the late 50s with these females in their early 20s. With women, it's about what the man can do for her, can buy her a house, but I bet she's sleeping around with a dude she finds attractive. It's all about looks. Best advice I can give people is stay in your age group and range. If you a 5, then be happy with a 5. That's going to stay loyal. Well, there is some validity to what you're saying, but it's different for men and women. Women want somebody at a certain point, if you're an intelligent woman and you've been dating dumbasses who don't care about you and treat you like crap because they know they're good looking and there's the next woman hitting on them every time they go out, a woman's usually smart enough to go, wait a second, I need to change my, what I'm looking for. There's an old joke a woman says, what was it? I don't remember who the woman is, but it's some joke she says. And she says she noticed how when she got older in her 30s, she started looking for a man with a little bit of a belly. She said, because we know he's eating. He eating, I'm eating. We all eating. You know what I'm saying? And there's some validity to that. RD4254-7-7.
Hey, Romeo, it's me, Angel. Hey, man. Hey, man, you're the king of Bakersfield, man. Hey, you are putting everybody up on game, bro.
Well, yeah.
Hey, man, I see these little shorties with them. Just go to Winko and tell me Romeo's lying. And they'll be like, yes, baby. Get this. And I love it. That's my favorite store, Romeo.
Get this.
Just go to Winko and find out if Romeo's lying or not.
You'd be surprised when there's a 27-year-old woman that's tired of eating top ramen and drinking cheap wine, and she'll go find a man that buys steak and lobster. You'd be surprised.
Hey, bro, you ain't lying, brother. You have a good one.
All right, Angel, later. I'm not lying. And that's why it's funny that somebody just texted me, Romeo, your fat ass couldn't pull anything, so why are you even telling people? Well, I could. And here's why. Because I know you're trying to make fun of me, but at a certain point, And women are smart enough to do this. Men aren't as smart as women are when it comes to this. Women figure it out. They go, you know what? I'm tired of this dude thinking of himself first. I'm tired of this dude borrowing my car. I'm tired of this dude spending 18 hours at a gym with some crappy job. I'm tired of this dude not taking me out, right? And she'll get tired of it. And then she'll still be smoking hot and still start looking around. And she'll see some dude sitting at a bar with his buddies, got a little overweight. Some dude who, got a little bit of cash in his pocket because he got a job. Some dude who's eating good. Some dude who's buying drinks. And she'll go, wait a second. I need that in my life. I need some. And then she's still smoking hot. He's happy to have her. All of a sudden, they're in love. All of a sudden, everybody sees the world differently. You know, he's coming home because he's listening to her. He takes her feelings into consideration. All of a sudden, they're doing what she wants to do also. She's not getting pushed aside because these meatheads got to go to the gym and talk about the next hottie. Okay? And then all of a sudden, that 10 who you thought Romeo couldn't pull, guess what? Is sitting right next to him. Why? Because he's not an egotistical, narcissistic, egomaniac, who has to look in the mirror more than her. I'm right. So you talk all you want. I know what I'm talking about. And women are smart enough to do that. That's why I always said, this is why somebody asked me one time, hey, Rome, why do you always see these fat dudes with hot women in Bakersfield? Because women in Bakersfield get tired of these six-pack dumbasses. And they start realizing, you know what, there's a lot more out there. So you can listen or not, but you got a shelf life. And that's why I say, at a certain point in your life, you're tired of this six-pack dude ain't treating you right, and you can either put up with it and be one of the girls he's dating, or you can move on. But once you don't act right, there's another 25-year-old sitting right behind you, waiting to be with this dude, whether he's 25 or 50.
That's exactly right, Romeo. I'm looking for somebody who is going to be retired, who is boring, who is just looking to just hang out and have a good time. I'm not looking for anybody who's going to want to try and heist a bank or anything anymore. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because the bad boys are fun. The bad boys don't wear khaki. They are fun. They are exciting, and they're hot, and everything else about them is hot.
Yeah.
Just that they put you into debt, and you got to crawl yourself out of it. It sucks.
Yeah. I'm not, that's why but a lot of women don't understand that until they're in a position where they're looking at their life and they're going, what am I doing? And they start to realize, wait, maybe I need to change what I'm doing.
Oh my God, it's terrible.
It's terrible.
It is. It's
All right.
terrible.
Well, good luck with that. He's out there.
Yeah, why don't the guys change a little bit? I mean, why couldn't that bad guy just all of a sudden want better for himself and say, you know what?
Well, no,
Oh,
because he doesn't have to. Because for every one of you, there's 100 more of you in town. They don't have to. And there's a younger version of you that is dumber and will accept more. So they don't have to change.
I gotta blame the mother. The mother babied them to the point where they don't have to do anything. So I think it's the mom.
All right.
I think you're steering in the wrong direction.
Whatever helps you sleep at night. All right.
Oh my God.
Bye. It's not the moms. It's because for every intelligent woman out there who wants a man, who wants the bad boys, as she put it, there's a 25-year-old or somebody younger and hotter. There's a version of you that will accept more. That's why it's the women. It's young women that create the situation where men don't have to change, not their mom.
Romeo,
Yeah.
Tell these women, don't give up. Mr. Right is out there. They just got to keep looking.
Don't give up. Mr. Right is out there. They just got to keep looking.
And I'm going to give them some advice on how to find that person, okay?
Okay.
So you got to, when you're young, everybody thinks they're hot. Everybody thinks they're a 10.
Okay.
It's not till you look in the mirror, you get a little older, you humble yourself, and you realize, okay, maybe I'm not. So this is the trick. If you're not that attractive, you're not going to end up, or smart, you're not going to end up with the Raider Dave. You know, you're going to have to settle for Cowboy Reuben, Chili Gilly. If you're not that smart, you're not going to get a Raider Dave. You're going to have to settle for Seahawk Lou, Head Bunt Raider. So you got to date in your bracket, your category, to find true happiness.
Okay.
And that's the secret. You know, I told my wife, you don't have to play the lotto. You hit the jackpot with Raider Dave. I'm both attractive and I got money. She's happy, so, you know.
Okay.
That's the trick. They got to date in their category. They got to find somebody that's equal to them. Otherwise, they're always going to be unhappy or getting played on.
They always got to date somebody that's equal. Okay.
That's it. That's the key.
That's
right
the key to it. That's the key to it all, huh?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
You guys have a good 420.
All right. Later. All right. Well, there you go. Raider Dave says you gotta date someone that's equal to you, I guess. Well, now with the Find His Phone app or Find Your Phone app, Find My Phone app, whatever it is, it's easy to find out where your man is, right? Or where she is. You can tell if you're lying to you or not. RD4254-7-7. How have you caught a cheater? What's the best way to catch a cheater nowadays? I'm going to tell you something kind of funny. Hold on. Yeah, what's going on?
Hey, Romeo, I'm with you against them cheaters, man.
Well, nobody should be cheating on anybody.
Exactly. I got married and I got cheated on and I didn't like that. Well, the fact that I never cheated on a girl, so when she cheated on me, when I used to catch them cheating, I never broke up with them. I just walked away and never spoke to them again.
How did you catch them?
Simple. I'd go to a party or I'd tell them I'm working. I'd go out, ride around, hear there's a party going on, find a girlfriend there, and, you know, a friend of mine be looking, and, you know, she'd be all stoned out, and I'd look. I said, hey, she's your girl. And he's like, why? I said, because she used to be mine. She's now your problem. That simple. Just walk away. Why argue? Why fight about it? Like my dad used to say, you're not married to her, walk away.
All right, man. Thanks for calling.
All right. Have a good one, Romeo.
RD4254-7-7. Rome, since you hate cheating so much, you've ever been cheated on? Yeah. We've all been cheated on. I know you idiots think that you've never been done dirty, but if you've been in a few relationships, you've been done dirty. You just may not know it. So, yeah, we've all been cheated on. That's why I think it's so pathetic that people do it. Not because of me. I don't harbor any ill will towards it because, you know, I'm kind of a sensible guy. I'm not caught up in my emotions and feelings like you guys are. But, I mean, it's just there's no need for it. My thing is there's no need for it. Not only can you devastate somebody to the point of them, you know, emotionally devastated the rest of their lives, there's no need to cheat on anybody. Just have a conversation, even if it's a hard conversation. RD4254-7-7. How have you caught a cheater? Oh, this is old school right here. Somebody just texted me. This is old school. Hey, Rome. One time, you remember three-way calling? I had my girlfriend call up my man while I was on the other line, hit on him, found out he was cheating on me. See? Well, that's old school. That's the original Find My Phone, by the way. You'd just have that three-way calling, or you'd be on the other line while you use some chick to set up your man. RD4254-7-7. You ever caught a cheater? We're talking about cheaters, right? Somehow you caught one with this Find My Phone app. That's got to be the easiest way to find out where that other person's at. You know, just by looking at their phone. They say they're one place and they're another place based on their phone, right? So how'd you catch a cheater? RD4254-7-7. Good morning, Hop. What's going on?
Hey, good morning, Romeo.
What's going on, brother?
Not a lot. Hey, I got one for you. I recently had suspicions my girl was cheating on me. And I was over at a buddy's house, and the guy that she cheated on me with left his phone on the couch. So I snagged his phone and got all the info from his phone. And I gave his phone back after I got what I needed.
Wow. So what did you do after that? You confronted her, or what did you do?
Yeah, I confronted her, and we've got a kid together, so we're trying to work it out, but that's how I got my info.
Whoa. You're staying with her even though she cheated on you?
Yeah, it's for the kids' sake, you know. But
okay.
I've set some stipulations to where they talk or whatever, I'm moving on, and she can leave with nothing.
Gotcha. All right, man. All right. Thanks for calling.
Bye.
Well, there you go. Already 42547-7. How did you catch a cheater? How did you catch? Some of you are being cheated on, you don't even know it, right? But once you have suspicions, you got to catch them somehow. Already 42547-7. Like I said, how'd you catch a cheater? Oh, how do you catch a cheater? Already 42547-7. Good morning, Al. What's going on?
Hey, Romeo.
Hey, how are you? What's going on?
I'm good this morning. And then just sat in the car and heard you talking, so I thought I'd call in.
Like trying to catch cheaters.
No, baby. Cheaters tell on their damn self. If you smart, if you got somebody you think is cheating, just give them time. They'll tell on their damn self.
What do you mean they'll tell on themselves?
They always tell on themselves on accident.
Really?
And they don't realize that they do. If you're smart, you'll ask a person a question. Wait a while, not like a couple hours. Wait a couple of days, about a couple of weeks.
Okay.
Ask them again. I bet you they're going to come up with a different lie.
That's pretty clever.
Or the best way, men, women, anybody out there, if you want to know if your person is cheating, 9 times out of 10, they're going to accuse you of doing it first.
Okay.
If they're accusing you every time you turn around, they're steady accusing you of cheating, you got one or two choices. Leave that cheating-ass person alone or go ahead and do it. If they're accusing you, go ahead and do it.
Go ahead and do it. Okay, all right.
That's the way I see it.
Well,
they going to either tell on themselves. Remember, they'll tell on themselves or they'll accuse you. And
sure.
If they're constantly accusing you, they're doing it.
Okay, all right.
I'm sorry, but if your dumb ass can't figure it out off the end, yeah, you just like Romeo said, you a Raider fan. Bye, Romeo.
We're talking about catching a cheater, right? How'd you do it? Good morning, Al. What's going on?
Hey, Romeo, it's me again.
Hey, what's up?
I had to think about something. If you're going to cheat, why even be in a relationship?
I can't answer that question because I don't think.
just tell people, look, this is what it is. Look, I don't want to just be with you. I want to be, friends with benefits. Ain't that what they call it? Friends with benefits.
That's what they call it. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why.
You can't say no, so nobody can say you're cheating on you.
You know what? And you'd be surprised. I bet 9 out of 10 men and women right now would be surprised if they went and asked their girlfriend or boyfriend right now, maybe even their husbands and wives, hey, I'd like to do this. They'd probably.
What do they call it? An open relationship?
Yeah, exactly.
You can't do that. It's not that dang on hard. You never know which. It's like a box of chocolates. Like what's his name? Say. It's a box of chocolates. You'll never know what you're gonna get.
All right.
Bye, Romeo.
See you later. Alright, 42547-7. Yeah. When it comes to cheating, I want to talk about catching a cheater and I gotta say this very delicately because I don't want to sound vulgar. I don't know if somebody told me this, if it was a listener, or it might have been one of these shows where these women are married to rock stars or athletes or something. But I want to say that a woman said one time she could tell if her man was cheating on her based on when they had sex. She said, maybe it was one of those shows that she said whenever her man comes home and she'll have sex with him, she could tell had he been cheating based on the fluid that comes out. I don't know if that's true. That's what this woman said. That's how she could tell if her man was cheating on her. Now, I don't know if that's true or not, but it's very, very interesting. Maybe it was just for show purposes. I don't know. So, and I don't really remember. I wish I could remember where I heard that. RD42547-7. Hey, Rome, I caught my ex cheating with his blood aunt. Disgusting. I slashed his tires on his truck and slept with his cousin. Good for me. Catching a cheater. How do you do it? Good morning, Hot. What's up?
What up, Rome?
What up, man?
So, clear sign is if they put their phone face down every single time. She's cheating.
Okay, that's how you know, huh?
Face down. If they have nothing to hide, they don't care which way the phone goes. But they always make sure the phone is face down when they put it down.
All right. Hopefully everybody's listening to that. Thanks for calling, man.
Yeah.
Yo, what's going on?
Okay, so it is true, but it's not the fluid. You catch the cheater from the way he's moving. Like sexually, there's always a different rhythm. There's always a different vibe. That's how you can catch a man from cheating. Or your woman. they want to bring into what you learn from the cheater.
Really? So you can tell if a guy is cheating on you based on how he has sex with you?
Yes, you can. That's how I taught my ex a couple of times. It's the rhythm.
Wow. All right. Well, thanks for calling. Wow, that's pretty perceptive. RD4254-777. Hey, Rome. His iPhone is synced with his iPad. His social media signed into it as well, and I went through the Instagram, told him I seen the messages between him and his ex, never told him how. He thinks the ex sent me screenshots. Oh, all right. 842-547-7 Rome. Have you seen that Facebook group here in Bakersfield that women are posting their men to see if anyone else is talking to him? That's a great way to catch a cheater. I have seen that, by the way, but I think that's a great way to catch a cheater. You guys forget, I'm against cheating. I think cheating is despicable. Hey, Rome, you can't tell by the fluid because what if you, pleasure yourself often? Well, then she knows that you're doing something. She doesn't necessarily know if you're cheating, but you might be, by yourself. But, hey, that's another situation, unless she's okay with you doing that as well. All right, 8425. Some women think that's cheating, by the way, just so you know. All right, 842-547-7. All right, we're talking about cheaters, right? Do you ever catch a cheater? It doesn't necessarily have to be you catching somebody cheating on you, but have you ever caught like somebody you know cheating on somebody else? Cheating on their spouse, their partner, their whoever? All right, 842-547-7. Hey, Romeo. I caught my girl cheating on me. I told my girl I was going out of town with some friends, but I had a guy. I had forgot my wallet. So I went back and I seen her butt ass naked, riding some guy on my bed. Wow, she didn't even wait for you to leave town? Oh, she deserved to get caught at that point. I mean, she didn't even wait for you to. You got to give me a little more context on that. You forgot your wallet. So how far away were you from your house where you left your wallet before you turned around and came back? Because that's interesting. That's interesting. She didn't even wait long. Hey, Rome, drove past my girls one night when I got the cheater vibe. Seen a dude walking out the front door, instantly became an ex. There you go. All right. 842-547-7. You ever catch a cheater? So you ever catch a cheater? All right, 842-547-7. Good morning, y'all. What's going on?
Hey, Romeo, I caught my dad with the other woman.
Your dad?
Yes, actually, I was on my way to school. This was back in the 90s. I was in junior high.
Okay.
I was on my way to school walking, and I turned the corner, and sure enough, it was my dad and the other woman. He hurried up and let her hand go, and he was trying to call me. I was like, oh, no, I got to go to school with this on my mind. I got to go home and tell my mama. Like, damn. I didn't get to...
How old were you again?
I was in junior high,
okay.
So at that time, I was, I believe, 12. 13.
Okay. So smart enough to know, old enough to know. Okay.
Heck yeah, I knew. I was like, I have to go home and tell my mom now. That's not going to set well.
What happened?
I told my mom, my dad did not even come home no more. I didn't see my dad from the age of, like I said, 13, 14, 12, 13, until I was 18.
My man didn't even come home to face the music?
No, he didn't come home no more. Like, I was like, man.
Wow.
It was all bad.
Damn, are you devastated? Were you devastated by it, or did it mess you? Are you still messed up?
How would you feel if you turn the corner, you see your, oh my God, yes I would. I couldn't even go to school. I was just like, I cried. I had a long walk, so I was crying all the way to school.
Wow, you still mad at your dad, or are you good?
I wish I had my dad still.
Oh, he passed away.
So,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not mad no more. I wish I could tell him I forgive you.
Wow. Did your mom forgive him?
Obviously, I don't know. I don't think so. It still comes up. It's still a conversation that still comes up.
Ah, that's awesome. That's
Yes, it
crazy.
does.
Wow. Wow. Thanks for calling. That's funny. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Talk to you later. That's devastating. Catching a cheater. You ever caught one? So have you ever caught a cheater? Already 425-477. Hey, Ro, my ex-wife's working nights caught me cheating by planting our kid's iPad in the trunk of the car. And I pulled up, caught me red-handed on her lunch break. Huge scene, blood was shed, cops showed up, it got ugly. Sorry, cheaters, I gave your spouse a good idea to catch you. Wow, that is a good idea. Find my phone app. Good morning, what's going on?
Hey, what's up, Romeo?
Yeah, what up, man?
This one time I was dating this girl, right? Goes out to Arizona for school to become an EMT, whatever. Her baby daddy takes her kid up there, and that whole day, well, the 2 days that he was up there, she wasn't texting me back, nothing. And then when she came back, she just straight up told me herself that he supposedly took advantage of her. And I believed her, but then she wanted to work out of a strip club. So I was like, yeah, that ain't true.
Wow. So she snitched on herself.
And her mutual friend told me that, yeah, she pretty much had sex with him to try to get the custody back of her kid.
Wow. That's, she snitched herself out. That's all right.
Yeah, but she straight up tried to tell me that he took advantage of her or whatever, and I believed her. And then, well, she works at a strip club. So if you got raped, why would you be working at a strip club? And then I told her press charges on him, and she doesn't want to. She's like, no, it's fine.
Well,
Karma. She just thinks about karma. I was like, no, definitely lying.
All right, man. Thanks for calling.
Yeah.
I mean, just because she works at a strip club doesn't mean she's lying to you. Already 425-477. You ever catch a cheater? All right, catching a cheater. Have you ever caught a cheater before? It doesn't necessarily have to be someone cheating on you, but just in general. Already 425-477. Like I was telling you, I caught 3 before. 3 in my lifetime. Not on purpose. Accidentally. Wrong place, wrong time. Right place, right time. I don't know. But yeah, I was there. Watched it happen. Already 425-477. Hey, Romeo, should one snitch out a person cheating? Yes. I will always snitch on you. If I know you and you're cheating, I will snitch you out. Only for one reason. The last time that I caught somebody cheating on accident, purely by accident, I was thrown in the middle of it. And for not saying anything. So that's why I've always said, if I ever catch anybody cheating on my watch, I'm snitching. Already 425-477. I live in Delano, but I was almost to Bakersfield when I flipped it to see she had time to call. Oh, I see. Okay, so this is the guy that said he caught his girl cheating, caught his girl on top of some dude in bed because he forgot his wallet. So he lived in Delano. Was almost to Bakersfield, flipped around. Boy, she didn't wait long to get somebody over there. That girl has some stones. That girl had some stones right there. Already 425-477. Like I said, you ever catch a cheater? Yeah. Because when you know about cheating, somebody cheating, and you don't say anything, all of a sudden, you're just as guilty as the cheater. So hell yeah, snitch them out. You ever catch a cheater? Good morning, Al. What's going on?
Hey, I got that whole cheating situation.
Yeah, what's up?
And so I got my story. So I was with my ex-husband. He was trying to be shady or whatnot. Well, his smart person, since, everyone saves their stuff on Google, on the backup to the computer at home, how it tracks everything, where you're doing, where you're at, gives you a timestamp. Well, one day, he was acting really weird, and I said, are you cheating? What's going on? Because I've already had an inkling. We've been together for 10 years, married for 7.
Okay.
So, there's something that's up. And he's going, no, nothing. He was going to work early, leaving late. He had to take a work coworker's home, quote unquote. Well, come to find out he was messing with someone. Not only did I find out how he was using Snapchat. So the alerts were telling me, hey, he's using Snapchat when I was at work. What he would screenshot conversations, and it would be on the camera roll.
Yeah.
And it would back up into our family computer.
Oh.
So anything he was receiving, like he was sending some pictures, and he was sending pictures as well. So it was all on our family computer.
What a dumbass.
I know. And then I found out where she lived. So then I was like, you know what? this is just karma. So I was just there. I was like, hi, hello, how are ya?
Wow.
Yeah, I had 2 kids and everything. So I was like, hey, I mean, if you want to be stepmom, more power to you. Just, here you go. You can't just have them when you're ready. My kids are in the car.
That's awesome. So you're not with him anymore?
No, not with him anymore. He filed for divorce, right? Because, he had the new girl. But it didn't last, right? Because only 3 months. That's when the honeymoon phase is over.
Yeah,
and now he doesn't want to finish the divorce. So I'm all, hey, come on. You already did your deed. I'm not going to get back with you 3 years later.
Dang, what a dumbass. That's funny. Hey, all right. Thanks for calling. Appreciate it.
Okay.
All right. RD4254777. I'm going to tell you right now. If your partner is on Snapchat, you're getting cheated on. You're getting no ifs, ands, buts about it. If your partner's on Snapchat, you're getting cheated on. Oh, summer's coming, man. It's time to get back in shape. Well, you should always be in shape for health purposes, but hey, you got to do what's best for you. Bring Dickie in. Muliana Fitness. It's it's what is it again, Dickie?
Cross-training.
Cross-training. Oh, it is cross-training.
Cross-training. Strength and conditioning.
Strength and conditioning, a workout. It's still, how do I say this? With all these trends and fads that come along, this is still just basically eating healthy, working out, doing things that mobility, core, things that we use every day.
Yeah, it's exactly right. It's a high-intensity functional fitness that we combine, obviously strength and conditioning program into it. So you get a full-body workout, not only just the lifting, not only just cardio. We're going to combine it together with some core training to get your overall health in a realistic, goal of a life goal. That's something you actually use on a day-to-day basis.
That's what I wanted to point out, or I wanted you to point out, was it's something that you do, picking up groceries, getting out of a chair, all these different things that we do just regularly that some of you guys have a hard time doing it because we're out of shape, but this workout is just perfect for daily lifestyle.
Right. So, yeah, it's not just, it's phenomenal to see somebody do a handstand, walking handstand, but there's not one point in my life that I have to do that to survive. So there are other things, getting out of the chair, picking up, something heavy from the floor, aka deadlift kind of type. But, it's just a more functional of, the day-to-day life to improve your quality of life, especially as, if you're getting older and things like that. There's nothing more than muscle mass that helps you out.
I do want to talk a little bit about that since you brought that up. When it comes to getting a little older, they always say you should always lift some sort of weights. I mean, as you get older, you should keep your muscles active, not just, I know walking is great and a lot of older people do that, but just keep your muscles active. One of the things at the gym, which we'll talk about in a minute, is the different ways you can do stuff no matter what level you're at.
Correct.
The different options. Right. So we'll get into that in a minute, though.
Yeah.
But I just want to talk about the fact that, you know what, you guys got to stay healthy. And I really think it's important to understand when you're just, and this is going to sound really stupid, but just carrying groceries. You're carrying a bag of dog food. You're carrying stuff that you have to lift. Maybe you have to move stuff around your house. I mean, these are all things that this everyday activities, maybe you want to play with your kids, throw the ball around or whatever. Everyday activities that you need to think about. Maybe you got to hold your kid at Disneyland on your shoulders for an hour and a half for the Disney parade or whatever. Well, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah,
I've been there. Yeah,
and it's just you feel healthier, you feel better because the activities that we do at the gym are everyday activities,
correct?
Workouts that fit right into doing those things.
Exactly.
And nobody says you have to be a super athlete, but you can be in better shape every day.
Every day.
All right. So the gym classes,
4 days a week, Monday through Thursday. It's 5 classes a day. There's 5, 6, and 8:30 for the morning sessions. 5 and 6 at night. We limit the classes to 20 people max. It's 50-minute sessions, and everything's included. You wear a heart rate monitor when you go there. Equipment's all there, and most of the time, 99% of the time, we don't share equipment unless it's a partner workout.
Yeah.
So everybody has their own space. Everybody has their own deals. So you know those germaphobes out there, you're good.
That's me.
I've got a couple.
That's
right?
me. I'm claustrophobic.
Yeah. You hate people, but somehow you're still there. So it's very motivating. It's not a session that you get lost in the crowd because everybody is doing the exact same thing together, and you can copy somebody who's in front of you type kind of deal.
And once again, it's only 50 minutes a day. It really, you schedule it into your day just to get it done, even if it's just to get it done and you're not excited about it and you hate it, whatever. It's just to get it done for your health.
Yeah, and it's nice because you can always crash any class that we have during the day. There's not a, I know there's some places out there that you have to reserve online 2 weeks in ahead kind of type. If you don't make it, you're out of luck. It's not that kind of deal. I want to make sure you guys get your workouts every day.
It's basically if you are a member, you're a member. You have your spot of your regular class. If you miss your regular class for some reason, you can always get somewhere else, get into another class.
In the case that everybody wasn't lazy and everybody showed up, all 20 of them, and you're number 21, I'll find you a spot somewhere. It might be in the back, but I'll find you a spot.
All right, Muliana Fitness, Dickie, how they get a hold of you?
661-444-3635 or find me on Instagram on Muliana Fitness.
All right, let's get in shape. Let's feel better about ourselves. That's why we bring Dickie in from Muliana Fitness. Good morning, Dickie.
Good morning.
Okay, let's talk about some of the classes. Let's talk about, it's a 50-minute cross-training class. It's pretty much functional fitness type exercises to get you ready for just everyday life. Let's talk about some of the workouts, just some of the exercises we do.
Yeah, so we do a lot of free weights. I'm a big believer that, barbells are great when we do some of those, but I think free weights, a lot of dumbbell works is better. It has stabilizer muscle usage more because, your left arm and right arm have two different strength, and some people are better on the other side. But, we do a lot of free weights. We do, your basic strength training of like curls and chest presses to, plyometrics to cardio. We do a little bit running. What I mean running is like a tenth of a mile.
Yeah.
We're not doing like a 50, like a 10K kind of deal.
Well, let's explain that real quick. Yeah. Just the way that it breaks down is when you get on you go to a traditional gym, or you'll go run 2 or 3 miles, and then you'll go do your workout, or you'll do your workout and then you'll do the way Dickie's breaks things down is you might do some chest presses, some curls, and then run a tenth of a mile, and that's round 1. And it might be 10 rounds, which creates that mile within a 10-round segment as opposed to just running a whole mile at once. Because sometimes that gets a little monotonous for people.
It is. So let's say, for example, we do a full body workout, right? And let's say, I say, today we're going to do 550 reps and 1 mile run. Yeah. Instantly your head goes, that is crazy, right? Yeah. But what if I tell you, first round is going to be, 10 chest presses, 10 curls, 2 sit-ups, 2 squats, and 2 step-ups.
Yeah.
Right? And then we're going to do that for 10 rounds. 2 exercises are going to go down by 2. The others are going to go up. Right? And then we do a tenth of a mile at the end of every single round. Yeah. Well, by the end of it, you're going to get 550 reps and a mile run. But it's how you break it down. And that's why, sometimes, everybody, most people who is especially in CrossFit know like the Murph. The Murph is very hard because you run the full mile in the beginning, then the 300 and the 500, and then another mile. That's to most people, including myself. That's a lot of running.
Yeah, it's a lot,
especially on a short session. So it's how you break it down. So anyway, but you also do we do a lot of core training. We do a lot of things on TRX. We do a lot of your basic planks and side planks. So we get everything done. So you got to make sure that you're just not the runner. You're not just the lifter. You're not and everybody always misses core training, in which we, invert that in every single session of the day.
And one of the important things to understand is that, I just totally forgot what I was going to say. But
I can't do mental training.
Well, what I was going to say, if I remember correctly now, was that it's all and everybody does different levels. So whatever level you are, you look at it and you go, okay, 550 reps of whatever it is.
Right.
But your level of doing 550 reps might be only getting in 350 reps at this point. At some point, you'll get to the point where you're doing 500, whatever. I'm just using magical numbers here. And the amount of weight that you use changes as well. So what Dickie and I do, totally different weights on certain exercises. And sometimes when you talk about the cardio, you got to understand, if you're a little bit better at cardio and not so great at weights, you're not going to get left behind because, hey, somebody might not be as good as cardio or might not be as good as you as cardio or weights or whatever. All I'm saying is you find what works for you and you get better at the things that don't work for you.
So majority of our workout is based on intervals, right? It's based on time. You have X amount of time to do X amount of reps. And I actually created this probably 10 years ago. I've been around for 15 now. I had a client at one point. You used to have just a running clock, right? Like a lot of like CrossFit gyms.
Yeah.
You have X amount of time to finish all the reps. Well, I had a client that only finished 3 rounds out of the 10 after the 50 minutes. And that got me thinking of like why he only got there, because he struggled, long story short, right, on one exercise.
Yeah.
And so now I said, okay, well, if you are terrible at one thing, you only get a certain amount of time. Once that time expires, you go to the next one. So you're not stuck at something. And I think that's a lot of people that have a fear of getting left behind. It's like, wow, I'm gonna get that. If you only got 2 out of 10, and that's literally all you can do, you get 2 out of 10. Let's move on to the next one. Maybe the next one you get 8 out of 10.
Yeah.
Right. So it's not. I don't want you to feel stuck when you have other parts of our body and other segment of fitness that you can attack and while working on getting better on certain things.
Yeah, because I can't do pull-ups. So if Dickie just said we got to do 45 pull-ups, I would never finish ever. Or if we had to do 2 pull-ups, I would never finish. So I can't do them.
You have permission to do a jump and falls.
Yes. All right, Moliana Fitness, what's your number?
661-444-3635 or find me on Instagram at Moliana Fitness.
All right, Dickie's here, Moliana Fitness. Cross-training facility, 50-minute classes, 4 days a week, Monday through Thursday. Good morning, Dickie.
Good morning.
Now, we were telling you a little bit about some of the exercises, things that you need to do. It is a class setting, which I know some of you can be intimidated by a class setting. I would not be intimidated by these people that are at these classes. Some of them are, most of them, almost all of them are just great people. All kind of have the same goal in mind. All just want to be in better shape. Some of them are really, really in shape. And they're usually the nicest ones just because, they're not jerks. So
we have a different crowd.
Yeah.
I love the CrossFit gym where everybody has their shirt off kind of deal, but that's just not our vibe.
No.
We are more of a late 20s and up kind of gym. It's a lot of functional fitness. I think it's when you get a little older, I think you realize that deadlifting 600 pounds is not your top of the agenda.
Yeah.
Which is my top agenda when I was in my 20s, but not
or it's
anymore.
just stupid because you're in your 20s. But okay.
But it's great. It's
I don't know why anybody has to deadlift 600 pounds in their life for anything. But okay.
But it's a functional fitness gym where if you do have, I always joke about this, but it's becoming more and more true every single day. If you're old, if you have injuries, if you're broken, you got come out of surgery, or you just recently become injured and you're very limited on things. There are so many different ways. In fact, this month alone, somebody had a muscle tear, somebody had a broken leg, and 3 girls with problems with their shoulders. And we're able to manage to, change and modify all the workouts for all those 5 at the same class.
Those are not gym injuries, by the way. They're injuries people got.
We're gonna call it gym injuries because I don't want to assume otherwise.
So anyway, I do also want to say that more women. For those of you that are, you ladies out there that might be intimidated by a class setting, there's more women in these classes than there are men.
There are.
So,
and
yeah.
half of them can kick the guys' butt.
Yeah.
So
So there's no reason to not try it out or be intimidated to try it out because it's a class setting, and it's a different class setting. It's weights, it's working out. So
it is, and I offer a week trial for every single person that wants to come in and try it out, and not only to see if the training is for you, but also make sure the schedules works out and things like that, and they like what they do because.
Oh, give them the phone number real quick.
661-444-3635 or find me on Instagram on Muliana Fitness.
And you can text them as well if you want to talk to them. Calories. One of the important things about either putting on weight or losing weight or building muscle is really knowing your calorie intake, your calorie outtake, and the Polar system that we use is a great way to do that. I know you guys got Apple Watches and different, I don't know, the Fitbit's a thing or whatever,
right.
Or you use the calculator on the treadmill or the skier or whatever you use. Those are not as accurate and can really mess you up with what you're trying to do.
Right. So with our system, we have a Polar and Garmin is two top one, right? But having an actual heart rate monitor on you is much different than having a watch, right?
Yes.
I have a watch too. Don't think I don't. But combining that with nutrition program is like your two main goal to have to get it down, because believe it or not, working out is the easiest part.
Yeah.
It's the other 23 hours that I don't see you is what kills you. And, especially the weekends, the 3 days I don't see you is what breaks everybody down. But if you have a plan of knowing how many calories you burn on a daily basis, we have a plan for that, right? Depending on how much weight you're trying to lose. With the custom nutrition program.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Don't just focus on weight. If you're a guy trying to put on some muscle, you have to know how much nutrition you can eat, what type of food you can eat, things like it goes both ways, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. In fact, in my 15 years, gaining good weight is actually way harder than losing weight. Losing weight, you just gotta, you gotta limit your eating and you gotta know what how much deficit you gotta do. Yeah. Well, if you're trying to pack on muscle, I know a couple of guys has been trying to gain weight. It's like having a Thanksgiving dinner every single meal.
I just want to point that out so people understand that
Absolutely.
it goes both ways depending on what you want to do. So what are you missing? We got the calories. Going to be focused on your calories.
We have nutrition program. I will sit down with you and build up a meal plan based on your goal, based on what you like. To eat. That's a big difference, because there's nothing worse than eating something you don't like and get burned out really fast on it.
Okay, one last thing before we get you out of here, Dickie. I just want to mention, for those of you that 4 days a week may not be enough, Dickie does put together stuffs Fridays and Saturdays, maybe some hiking or maybe a run on Friday, hike on Saturday. If you don't have any friends and you want to make some, there's a lot of people at this gym that don't have any friends and want to make some. Mm-hmm. And they all hang out together and they do different activities that are outside of the gym from an exercise standpoint, whether it be a high rocks or a run or a 5K or a 10K or whatever the case may be. There's a lot of opportunities to get involved with a group of people that may want to be fit or may want to work out just like you do.
Absolutely. Yeah, we do a lot of, especially we focus a lot on endurance sports. So anything from a 5K to, high rocks, Spartan races, marathon, anything in between, even rock climbing once in a while we go through for just to change things up. You always have a group that is willing to go, and you're never alone.
Yeah. All right, Dickie, give them the number again.
661-444-3635 or find me on Instagram on Muliana Fitness.
All right, Dickie, we'll talk to you later.
Romeo in the Morning.
Every morning.
On Hot 94.1.